Fireworks after the game tonight, and hopefully a lot of fireworks for the Nats before the end of the game. Yeah, fans keeping cool with fans. It's a hot one at the yard. It's very muggy, and the ball could spend a whole lot of time in the air like it did here last night. Bob and FP, happy early holiday greetings to you. So you come to the ballpark every day, especially when your team's struggling. Nats have lost 15-20. You're hoping for something good to happen. Maybe a well-played game last night gives you some hope in that direction.
Yeah, you wait for this whole thing to turn around. Almost did last night. I think the boys played a good game even though they lost. Nobody wants to hear that. There's no moral victories at this level. But when you look at what happened last night, Anthony Rendon made it 3-1 with a home run last night. Then Daniel Murphy makes it 3-2 with his first home run. You're thinking, all right, here they come. All of a sudden, Mookie Betts hits number 21 into the bleachers and makes it 4-2. And you're thinking, this one's over. Maybe it's over. And then Bryce Harper says, you're going to hit 21. I'm going to hit 21. Then on a 3-0 count with a runner on first, Anthony Rendon, who already homered in the game and has homered in 3 of his last 4 contests, got the 3-0 green light and lined out to end it. So they battled, they fought. They played a decent baseball game last night. I think there's a lot of positives. There's a lot to build on from last night's contest, including Brandon Kinsler jumping around in the dugout.
So starting at Tampa Bay, the Nats' last 5 losses all by 1 run. They have 16 such losses this year. The blowout in between. So it's Tanner Roark getting the call tonight. And he certainly has been better than the record would indicate. And maybe some run support in the offing for him.
Yeah, the new look worked for him last time in Philadelphia with the stash and the sideburns. He gave up 1 earned run. So for him tonight, he's got to keep him off balance, keep the ball down. Ball's going to fly tonight, and he's got to look crazy weird with his new do.
The league's only hitting .243 against him. Tanner, we know he's better than 3-9. He'll be taking the mound in just a second. Brought to you by PNC Bank. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And by American Standard Heating and Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. Big crowd gathering. 6 o'clock start, so a whole lot are not in the yard yet. They'll be here. Right now we're under cloudy skies. It feels like 103, 56, so the humidity's up over last night, 92. Doesn't feel like it's 5 degrees cooler, but we'll take it. Red Sox first in the American League in hitting and in runs, second in home runs. And here's the series debut of J.D. Martinez. This guy's having a monster year. Is he a Triple Crown candidate? 4th in average, 1st in homers and RBIs. I would say so. And he's the number 3 guy in front of Mitch Moreland and behind Andrew Benintendi. Tanner Roark, one relief appearance against the Red Sox 3 years ago. Went 3 2/3, gave up a run on 4 hits.
Yeah, I like the look tonight with the Sox. Got one blue sock, one striped sock. 4-3 loss last start on the 28th against the Phillies. Pitched well, gave up just 1 earned run on 7 hits over 6 innings. Struck out 5 Phillies, walked 3, threw 107 pitches, excuse me, his last start. 170, his arm would have fallen off. Here's the defense for the Nats behind Tanner tonight. Soto, Taylor, Harper, the outfield. Turner, Murphy up the middle. Rendon, Reynolds at the corners, and Pedro Severino doing the catching. Stars and stripes. Gears looking sharp. Got the playbook wristband on tonight. Interesting.
So Tanner on the year. It'll be his 17th start, 18th appearance overall. And those are Mookie's you hear behind us. Mookie Betts has been introduced. 1 point behind Jose Altuve in the American League batting race. 6:06 we're underway, and that pitch is low. As called by the 9-year veteran behind the plate, Vic Carapazza.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Tanner pitch in a while, he shaved his beard before the last start and is featuring the mustache and the pork chops. It's the new look.
Nats are in a shift, but that's a pretty natural shortstop position for Trey Turner. Throws on to Mark Reynolds, and the game is underway. Notes early for you. In July and August, Tanner Roark's a hot weather guy. And it's usually coming off 500 or so in the month of June. First 2 innings this year, the Nats are still the best in baseball with a differential in the first 2 innings of +37. And the Red Sox, well, they're on a pace for the 3rd best home run hitting season in history. They have 121. The Yankees have 138 in that wicked AL East. Here's Andrew Benintendi, the left fielder. He wore the 0 for 5 collar with 4 punch-outs last night. He's going to hit one out to center. Michael A. Taylor's in the middle tonight. Bryce and Soto at his sides, 2 down. Well, you heard a lot about this guy over the offseason. JD Martinez. He had an unbelievable second half of the season last year. Traded to the Diamondbacks, and in 62 games, he drove in 65 runs on 29 homers. So with Detroit and Arizona last year, he hit 45 and drove in 104.
Tell you what, it's tough to come into a big market and be the big offseason acquisition and put up the numbers he's put up. It's not easy. A lot of pressure to perform, and he's lived up to it.
High in the air to right, and Bryce Harper tracking this one. How about a half dozen pitches for Tanner Roark to get his holiday eve underway? 1, 2, 3. everything was fair during that first inning. Here come the Nats hitting .240, 12th in the league in runs, 5th in homers after the 3-time explosion last night. So Bryce, 116 homers, second most in the National League over the last 4 seasons. So Bryce in the number 4 spot tonight. Rendon in front of him, Murphy behind him. And here's Brian Johnson, first game against the Nats, 27-year-old right-hander.
That's 6'4", 235, 27 years old. Allowed 1 run over 4 innings last start on the 28th against the Angels, June 28th. No decision, struck out 2, walked 1, gave up 3 hits in that one.
And this one flared out to center from Trey Turner, right in between where it needs to be. And Trey Turner has 91 hits now. And if you call this his 14th game in recent play, he's hitting .350.
Well, he's hit some hard outs lately, and the Nats had their fair share of lineouts last night. So they say they all equal out. They don't. That's a bunch of baloney. Trey Turner will take this one, and first batter of the game. There goes a no-hitter.
Yeah, don't ever tell a hitter those things even out. They'll just laugh at you.
Especially with shifts now, they don't. The rest of the numbers for Brian Johnson. A fastball go about 88. Slider, curveball change to go with it.
So nobody on the current ball club has faced the lefty before. The rookie on base 13 of his last 15 games. All over the bags last night with a single and 3 walks. Squares around the bunt, pushes at third base, wait for a base hit. Beautifully done, 2 on, nobody out.
A beautiful bunt by Soto, noticing the shift of the Red Sox defense. What can't the kid do? Trey Turner came around second, weird. We'll check out Trey in a second. Let's look at the bunt first. Squares early, no hurry, places the ball, then runs. Key to any good bunt, and it didn't have to be soft because Devers was put. Watch Turner right here. Kind of a little hiccup in his turn, and he went back to the base slowly. Looks to be okay.
Well, you talked last night about getting excited about bunts. I love that. And he bunted that really hard. Knew if he just got it on the ground fair, it's a hit. So here's Rendon. Anthony hitting .388 over his last 17 games. First pitch, pop up right side. Umpires about to raise their arms for the infield fly rule. Caught by Eduardo Nunez for the first out.
A defense for the Red Sox tonight behind Johnson. Benintendi, Betts, Martinez the outfield. Bogarts, Nunez up the middle. Devers, Moreland at the corners. And Sandy Leon behind the plate.
Yeah, former Nat doing a great job for these guys. His hitting streak came to an end last night. So here's Bryce, who hit one an absolute mile the last time he batted. They called it .439 to the upper reaches of the second deck in right field. Guys up hacking early against Johnson. Bryce to take. And out of his last 57 plate appearances, he's been on base 25 times, an on base percentage of .439. So still waiting for the hits to come in bunches, but Bryce still finds a way to get aboard.
Here's an over last night. Joe Kelly on the mound, 2-0 fastball, 98 miles an hour. Everyone's been throwing Bryce away. This one about a glove mistake on the inner half, and Bryce pulverized it. Just pause until it lands. Good balance throughout the swing. The head was still, and home run number 21 went far.
Tied with Nolan Arenado, and we showed you that graphic on Bryce earlier. Second in the league in home runs over the last couple of years, and Arenado's the one hitter ahead of him.
I mean, back in the day, we used to go, man, he hit that far. Or that ball's still going. We didn't have numbers to put on home runs.
Yeah.
We had the eye test. for exit velocity and launch angle.
On a foul tip on a pitch away, Harper strikes out. So the runner's still parked at first and second with Murphy coming up.
Well, Daniel Murphy in a 3-1 game last night made it 3-2 with his first tater of the year. Watch the seeds come out of his back pocket on the swing if you missed it last night. Swung right out of his pants.
So it's the first time Murph and Bryce had homered in the same game since April 27th of last year at Coors Field. So about 1 1/3 seasons ago. Murphy lifting one left field line, long run, foul ball, and Benintendi unable to get to it.
Slid into the wall. Did you see that? Good effort by the Red Sox left fielder. You got to love that if you're Brian Johnson or Alex Cora. Watch this. He knows the wall's there. He can feel the track on his feet as soon as he dives, and then watch him slide right into the padding. Ooh. Good thing he was slowing down, or that would have been ugly. Ball was tailing away from him the whole time.
Elbow, shoulder, maybe a little whiplash there. Hope he's okay. 0-1 to Murphy. Daniel's now been on base 7 of his last 8 games and 9 hits in that time. This one shorter and more playable, and that's Rafael Devers. So the Nats had 2 on, nobody out, a chance to make an early statement, and the next 3 retired, scoreless after 1.
To the north, we're good. It's just a little bit warm. No score, top of the second. As you enjoy Miller Lite tonight, look forward to the whole true moment later in this contest.
So a shift is what Trey Turner is walking into here. Tanner Roark, first inning, 7 pitches, 4 strikes. Lefty Mitch Moreland. Murphy to the outfield grass here. And he drops in the curveball to get ahead. Moreland got that fatal for the Nats 3-run rally going with a leadoff second inning single. Batting in the same situation here. He's going to line one up the middle on one hop to Michael A. Taylor. Bogarts is next.
Pretty swing right there, a low line drive right back where it came from.
He's going to slap one to right. Bryce Harper thought about challenging it, made the right decision when he pulled up, and just like that, the Sox have 2 on, nobody out, and we'll see how they handle this. Denaburg relieved Jordan Zimmerman in the 3rd inning of the game Monday, April 13th of 15, opening day for the Red Sox at Fenway Park. He pitched 3 2/3, a run on 5 hits, kept the Nats in a position to keep it close, but the Red Sox then won it going away 9-4. So that's his only career appearance against these guys. Devers hasn't faced him before, and that's strike 1. Winning pitcher that day, Rick Porcello.
Yeah, not a easy lineup to navigate through 3 times if you're Tanner Roark. I mean, the Red Sox lead the majors in runs scored per game at 5.15. Extra base hits at 315. They're 28 games over 500. That's a season high. And they've won 16 of their last 18 in interleague play. So not an easy task for Tanner Roark or the Nats, but hey, it's big leagues.
Tapper, play at second, no play at first. Mitch Moreland thus over to third on the first out. Bogart's retired. Next up, 9-year big league veteran Eduardo Nunez, 31 years of age. Yankees, Twins, Giants, and now Red Sox. Traded from the Giants to Boston last summer. Did a good job for them down the stretch, hitting .321. I remember a number of ball clubs were interested in him, a guy who can play different positions, and he's a .282 career hitter. Done his share of damage against our ball club. He has hit into 8 ground ball double plays. Roark ahead, strike 1. And he hits a high drive to left center. Bullpen, 3-0 Boston.
Boy, he pulled his hands in on that. I don't think that was a strike. Talking about reacting to the inside pitch. Watch where this pitch is. It's off the plate in. He just kind of bent arm swing, hits it into the bullpen. We talk about how this ballpark plays super small when it's warm, but it's a good swing by Nunez to get the barrel to that ball where it was, and to do that was impressive.
Nunez, 6th homer of the year. RBI total jumps up to 22. 14th given up by Tanner this year. Now he faces the number 8 man, catcher Sandy Leon. So Nunez now 2 for 3 career against Roark. That's number 122 for the Red Sox. This one to Soto, 2 outs. Next up, the pitcher Brian Johnson.
When you think about to the lineup last year for the Nats and the way they just constantly come at you, never let up. When they got behind 3-0 early, you were just like, all right, well, they'll be back in this one. But when you're scuffling as an offense, that 3 looks big all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's a dagger, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say dagger. It just looks like a lot bigger number than in the past. That's all. I mean, they could score 4 runs tonight, but it just, even to those guys standing out there right now, when you're having a rough go of it, 3 looks big.
Johnson 0 for 2 this year, so he has pitched interleague in a National League ballpark, and career he's 0 for 4.
When he was in college in Florida, he won the two-way Player of the Year award. He could hit. There's a John Olerud award, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Olerud did some pitching and did it well at Washington State, didn't he?
He hit
this ball up.
307 for the Florida Gators with 41 RBI and 6 home runs.
Originally drafted by the Dodgers out of high school, and then he went to Gainesville, and then the Red Sox made him a first rounder in 2012. Anthony Rendon, second bounce was near the bag. Johnson getting it down the line. And he's got 3 runs with which to work now as Eduardo Nunez puts Boston on top.
Don't miss your last chance to catch the Nats in DC before the All-Star break when they host the Marlins July 5th through the 8th. The weekend series is highlighted by a Bryce Harper patriotic bobblehead giveaway on Friday night. That's presented by SAIC. Get your tickets today at nationals.com.
Yeah, that caught my attention when you said that, because on the road next week to Pittsburgh and New York, here for the All-Star game, 3 with the Braves, and then right back out on the road. The Nats will not be at home much more the rest of this month. Going to have to take advantage of the opportunities here and then play your best in Pittsburgh and against the Mets. To the bottom of the second, Reynolds, Taylor, Severino. First inning, 11 pitches, 9 strikes for Brian Johnson, who really got off the hook. When Rendon popped up on the first pitch, he struck out Bryce and then fouled out Daniel Murphy. So a little tardy in getting ready, as he was the last hitter a moment ago. Inside the Numbers presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. So the Nats have lost 15 of 20. Batting average about where it's been most of the season, a little bit higher, 3.5 runs a game, but the pitching staff not able to duplicate what it did in April and May with, I think it's the long-term effect of losing 2 starters, Strasburg and Hellickson. A lot of home runs given up. But it's early in this one, and it'll be 6, 7, and 8.
I didn't see him today, but I heard Jason Worth was in the building. It's all sneaky undercover in the tunnel ways underneath the ballpark. You know, there's all kinds of tunnels here. It's just like the White House.
Yeah. He's always been mysterious.
Yeah. I asked him if he wanted to come on the broadcast with us. He didn't text me back. Oh, he did. He said next time.
Next time.
He came here just to see the boys, talk to the fellas. I'm sure he's always welcome around here. I'd like to say it was good to see him, but we didn't see him.
It just adds to the aura. You heard he was here, but you never saw him.
Kind of like
0-2 pitch outside.
Kind of like Sasquatch. Same thing.
Some would say there's a resemblance.
Some would.
I know where you're going with that.
That's
and I think Jason would laugh with us on that one. Swing and a miss. Brian Johnson taking Mark Reynolds out of the strike zone there on a 1-2 pitch, and that's his second K. And in quick order, he has now retired 3, 4, 5, and 6 with Michael A. Taylor next. By the way, news out of Harrisburg today. Matt Adams was added to the Senators roster. And a breaking ball under the hands inside to Michael A., who's hit .362 over his last 24 games. Adam Eaton the night off, so Michael's back in there, moving Bryce over to right. Davey Martinez said yesterday before the game he has talked to Michael A. about the situation. He said, hey, stay ready. Stay ready to play because you're going to play. And there will be opportunities. But right now, not in the lineup every day. 3-0.
Fun fact about Brian Johnson, I heard before the game, Red Sox pitcher. His mom was one of the Doublemint twins. Remember the Doublemint twins?
Oh my gosh.
How about that?
The green wrapper from Wrigley.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, right there, Carp.
Pretty lady. Taylor, look at him stay back on the off speed. And the Nats, first 7 batters, 3 base hits, including 2 leadoff men aboard.
I can just hear Nats fans at home right now screaming at their TV, this guy's got to play. He's got to play every day. Look at the line drive up the middle, stayed on the curveball nice. And Michael A. Taylor, who is a game changer when he does play on the bases, on defense and offense. Gets a knock his first time up.
He's over 240 again. Remains the league's leading base stealer with 23. In fact, the major league leader. StatCast powered by AWS, and that's a big lead.
14 is big for him. I think he just wants to see it move, Carp. A lot of times when you haven't faced a lefty before, you go one-way lead. What's that mean? Well, I'm going to get out further than normal, and my one way is back to first. Show me your move. I'm doing homework because I'm out there so far. I'm trying to draw a throw. That's a huge lead.
Severino showed bunt and evidently did not go through with it and got the ball call on the appeal down to the first base umpire, Jordan Baker. Ender Inciarte hasn't stolen a base in about 2 weeks. Braves keep on winning, though. They have a 7:05 game at New York tonight. Sean Newcomb and Domingo Herman for the Yankees. They're a game back of Boston, the Yanks are. Phillies open up a series tonight at home with the Orioles. Severino at 167 and a 1-1 count. Taylor running, looked like a good jump, looks like a great throw, and Sandy Leon put it right on the right corner of the bag. Taylor thrown out for only the 5th time this year, if it stands.
Yeah, according to Jeremy Rehak. He looks safe initially. Let's look at it together on the replay. Did he tag him up by the shoulder and his hand got in there? Remember, the initial call is out. Michael Taylor's walking off the field.
Davey says no. We heard Vic Carapazza say, do you want to? Davey said no, and we'll call it bases empty, 2 outs on a great throw by Leon. 2-1 to Severino. Ball 3. Three-two and a big rip by Pedro straight back. Tanner Roark on deck. Good at bat. 2-out walk. That'll turn the lineup over and get the pitcher in there. First walk issued by Brian Johnson. So the Nats have seen half of their hitters get aboard so far. Tanner this year 4 for 28, 3 RBIs. Career 7 batted in, 134 batting average. From way behind the bag, Devers. He pulled Moreland off the bag and he was able to get his way back there. Nats will strand their 3rd runner. 3-0 Sox after 2.
Today had their first-round draft pick, Mason Denaburg, a high school right-hander, here at Nationals Park to sign his professional contract. Took a physical yesterday here at the park, then wrapped it all up today and became a professional baseball player. We met with Denaburg earlier today. He called today a dream come true. He said he feels great physically after biceps tendonitis that he experienced during in the year, caused him to drop to the Nationals at number 27 overall. He says he feels great, made his final 3 starts of the year. No concerns there. In addition to baseball, he also played football and soccer growing up and also rode dirt bikes. And actually, when asked who his favorite athlete is, mentioned Travis Pastrana, a motocross rider. So a little outside the box there from a young pitcher. I asked him how he tries to attack as a pitcher. He says with his high 90s fastball, and then he'll put people away with his off speed. But he noted he's not afraid of anybody. And guys, he met Max Scherzer and said that in terms of stature and the type of windup, he sees some of himself in Max. And maybe in that confidence and willingness to attack hitters, he's got a little bit of Max in him there too.
All right, Dan, thanks for a great report. Off the motorbike from here on, though.
Yeah.
No motorbikes.
That's the end of that.
Top of the 3rd, Mookie Betts. Ground ball to Turner, first time. Roark cuts one in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Three Nats on the left side of the infield. And that one just missing the front corner. 2-1. (13 4% right side). Good reason for the shift. So we can just look at the numbers and figure out what's going on in terms of balls hit to certain quadrants of the infield. Turner again on a 2-2 pitch. Murphy had moved to the other side of second base. Trey right on the spot. First out.
All right, last chance to vote Nats. All-Star games at DC this year. Vote up to 5 times per day. Thursday, July 5th is the last time. Bryce, Trey, Anthony, Juan Soto. Vote for whoever you want. Plus receive discounted game tickets when you vote 20 times. So get on there and vote. Visit nationals.com. Vote.
Here's Benintendi. Fly ball to Taylor. First time up. Tried to pull that one, and Murphy to his left. Puts on the brakes. Finds Reynolds. 2 down.
Well, I've been playing a lot of second base. Nice play by Murph. Showing off the range a little bit. Check it out. Benintendi with a 1-hopper. Murph going toward the line. Spin move, throw. All right. Sometimes when you come back from the knee thing, it's hard to put on the brakes. So you're going full speed here. And now you got to brake, spin, throw. Nice play.
JD Martinez. Fly ball to right. So with an 0-1 count, 3 guys left side. Target is in. That's to the left of the bag. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. League leader slugging percentage. Batting average plus on base percentage figures in. Extra base hits. And Martinez right there with his teammate with Trout in between. Big curveball. He went, says Jordan Baker. And the top 3 hitters in the Red Sox lineup are 0 for 6 early against Tanner Roark. Trey Turner is 1 for 1. Here he comes. who both singled first time up, and the Nats, 1 walk so far, Severino. So that's $306,15,300 because Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield gives $50 to Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Washington for every walk drawn by a Nat. Take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Go for a walk. Steve Pearce was just traded from the Blue Jays to the Red Sox last week. We didn't see him. He was hurt when the Nats were in Toronto, but Mitch Moreland obviously, now we're told, back spasms. Quick report on his health. He's out of the game, and Steve Pearce takes over batting fourth. Breaking ball outside to Trey Turner. 30th pitch for Johnson. Third inning underway. One. .330 Sox, 0-3-0 Nats, and Turner pops it up left side. Foul ball for Devers. Next up, Soto, who's been on base now 14 of his last 16 games, 5 times in this series already.
Yeah, walked his first time up last night. Struck out, then singled and walked twice, and earned every bit of those 3 walks.
And the third baseman playing a little different than he was last time. Soto walked out. I don't know if he requested time, but he just left the batter's box. And with a free pitch, Brian Johnson missed.
He's got such a good eye, Bob. He knew that was going to be a ball, so he just didn't even want to wait around for it.
So he's good. He's got a great 2-strike approach and a crystal ball working in his favor.
Sees the future. It's always a plus for a good hitter.
And a breaking ball hit to the right of Nunez from the grass. Quick release, 2 down.
Nice play.
Yeah, you've seen 2 reasons why a lot of teams wanted Eduardo Nunez. He's been traded 2 straight years at the trading deadline.
You know why this is a nice play? Because second basemen don't have to do this very often nowadays. Usually it's the shortstop in a shift coming across and fielding this ball. So very rarely do you see a second baseman against a lefty going up the middle and throwing across his body. It's just something you don't see much. So a play that he probably works on in batting practice, but you don't see that in the game anymore.
Made the All-Star team with Minnesota 2 years ago. 2 weeks later, they traded him to the Giants. Giants traded him to the Red Sox at the deadline last year. People always want a guy like that.
That's why I don't know how you pick a Gold Glover anymore. It's hard to make the great play on the infield because based on analytics and all the data, you're usually in the right spot.
True. So exceptional plays in the past might be right at you now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that shortstop's usually on the second base side there. He takes 2 steps toward first, makes that play coming across. You write 6-3 in your scorecard, but really it's where the second baseman used to stand. So I just don't know how you judge a Gold Glover other than, ooh, he made a couple of good plays and he's got 4 errors.
Yeah.
How many plays did Ozzie Smith make back in the day that we would have never seen if there were shifts?
It's a great question.
How many stolen bases would Ricky Henderson really have with replay challenge? How many times did they tag him on the butt before his hand got to the bag that we'll never know?
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Because when Ricky Henderson stole, Carp, if you're the second base ump that day, you're thinking it's Ricky Henderson. So what am I anticipating as the call?
Safe.
Exactly. So if it's bang bang, guess who's getting the benefit of the doubt in that one? Just like a ball to Wade Boggs. He's getting the benefit of the doubt all the time. You know, now with the box and the umpires getting rated every single game, whether they were in the zone, out of the zone, they don't play that game anymore. But if Wade Boggs took a pitch, it was a ball because he knew the strike zone better than anybody. If Ricky Henderson stole second, it was bang, bang. He was safe. And Ozzie Smith would have never made that play up the middle that he barehanded in San Diego because the second baseman would have been standing there.
Yeah, he'd have been over in the hole.
I just sounded really old, but I don't care.
Well,
I think to it.
When all this stuff started coming in over the last couple of years, replay and now all the analytics, my big concern was that we were taking some of the human element out of the game. And now people are calling for, you know, robotic ball strike calls and things like that. You know, go to your computer if you want that. 3-2 with 2 outs. Rendon high in the air left center. How far is it going to carry on this hot night? Not quite far enough. And it's caught by Mookie Betts about 370 feet away. The Nats go in order. Bottom 3 to the middle innings we go. For Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Fans with a fan. Whatever it takes to stay misted and to stay cool here.
Some of my favorite shots with the Exmo is we get the helicopters flying over and you can see each rotor as they go.
Yeah. That fan still looks pretty quick in slow-mo.
Yeah, it does.
Top 4 here, Steve Pearce, who came into the ball game just a moment ago. Pearce, 11 years in the big leagues. Pirates, Astros, Yankees, Orioles, Rays, Orioles again, and then the Blue Jays, where he hit 291 this year. He gets a big piece of that one, and it's still going. It's either the very top of the wall. Third base umpire Jerry Lane has given the safe sign, which means it's in the yard in his judgment, and it's a double. And you know the Red Sox dugout's going to have a look.
Hard to tell for us way up here. We'll look at it together. Ooh, the very top of the wall.
Yeah.
Like 3/4 of the ball was a home run. A quarter was in the ballpark. That's how close that was.
Yeah, indisputable right there. And obviously no challenge by the Sox or crew chief's review. Xander Bogaerts. I looked down and Jerry Lane made that call as soon as the ball hit the padding. And he had to be 200 feet away. So it's this part of the lineup that Tanner's had a problem with. That one got Severino. He is stricken by the one hop on that ball. Tried to block it. It ricocheted up the line. So Pearce to third on the wild pitch.
Twisted his knee trying to block it. The right knee, or the ball just hit him in the right knee. That's what it was.
Yeah, he tried everything he could to contain that thing.
He's good. We don't need any practice. Let's go.
Runner at third, nobody out. Want to know to Bogarts, who's one of their best with runners in scoring position. Nats infield in. He singled the other way first time. Trying to cut that off. Reynolds way off the line at first, and the pitch outside. 2-0.
You know, when Tanner's locked in and at his best moments as a starter, he really drives that front shoulder through the glove. It creates such a downhill deal with that front shoulder that arm just comes across and he gets that downhill and late jump to his fastball. Right now he's a little rotational. You see him kind of falling off toward his own dugout. So what happens? You start missing up and into righties. Then you try to overcompensate. You yank it across. So I guess the same thing for a hitter is if you're pulling off the ball. You kind of, your front shoulder's flying open and you're spinning out of there, unable to hit a pitch on the outer half of the plate.
Nats back up the middle infielders to double play depth. Rafael Devers, the hitter. He hit a slow bouncer back to Roark for a 1-6 fielder's choice first time. Red Sox fans making noise and the Nats fans don't like it. Runner at first started, and then Bogarts stopped after 3 steps or so. And the count now 0-2. Right in there. Maybe some swing back action on that heater for the first out.
That front hit fastball just started it off the plate in. Devers gave up on it, came back for strike 3. Good pitch, big strikeout. Now you're 1 pitch away if you can get a grounder here.
And it's Nunez. Took one to the left field bullpen. 2 on, 1 out, 2 innings ago. Sharp heater.
He's lowered his sights. He's pitching for the ground ball.
That's what the Nats were looking for. Murphy to Turner. And off the little backhand toss by Murph, Trade did a good job on the 4-6-3. See if the Nats can turn that into some offense. Harper, Murphy, Reynolds ahead. weird starting place, right? They're where they usually end the race. But then Teddy takes off to the outfield, and they will follow. Visit Geico.com. See how much you could save. He's not going to win, is he?
No, that boiler's way too big. He's got no chance.
Tall Tom Jefferson with his 12th of the year, tying George for second place. Abe still at 14. Teddy a non-factor since the first couple races of the season.
If he's letting himself go, just look at him.
Here's Bryce. He launches one high in the air to right. JD Martinez still going with it. And it's off the wall above him. And Bryce Harper was at first base when that ball was not caught, and he has to stop at second.
Yeah, swing's starting to lock in for Bryce. You know, based on the home run last night. Hit one to the opposite field for number 20, pulled 21. He thought he got one here. And he's seeing if JD Martinez is going to catch it, and then sees it bounce off the fence and turns it on. So a leadoff double in the fourth.
So Bryce driving the ball to right, 2 of his last 3 at bats. Here's Murphy. Curveball for a strike.
Red Sox have positioning charts too in their back pocket.
And that's a guy in right field who does a lot of DHing.
Yeah. He didn't have a beat on that one.
Fastball misses, 1-1. Productive out. Nats trying to get on the board, down by 3, and Harper's at first with 1 out.
All right, Nats fans and Cats fans, ignite your catitude on Catter Day. July 7th, Nats face the Marlins. I've already gotten one request for one of these t-shirts from a friend who can gladly have it. You can't bring your feline friends, but you get a cool t-shirt. It is a cool t-shirt. It benefits the Humane Rescue Alliance. So buy a ticket, get that shirt, visit nationals.com. Leave your cats at home. Still think Pups in the Park and Catter Day at the same time would be amazing.
Yeah, talk about 2 different crowds trying to shout each other down. Well, big spot here for Mark Reynolds. He's driven in 12 as a Nat. Struck out swinging first time up. You might remember Johnson got ahead and then took him out of the strike zone away. Infield back. Breaking ball, and that'll get the job done, whether Bogart's caught it or not. And Mark Reynolds checks in with an RBI single to make it 3-1.
Nice piece of hitting here by Mark Reynolds. Watch him stay on the off speed and just drill it to left. Infield back, giving up the run, but he gets the bonus with the base hit past Bogarts. Nats on the board. There goes the shutout.
Now Taylor, who singled his first time. Nats put 2 hits in an inning for the second time tonight. Taylor pulls it, base hit. So Michael A goes up the middle. Now he pulls it, and the Nats have something going here in the 4th, trying to keep that line moving. Next up, Severino.
It's not easy to do what Michael A. Taylor's doing, FYI. You know, staying hot while you're not playing. He's been going into games as a defensive replacement, but yeah, getting a start every 3 or 4 games and staying locked in is not an easy thing to do, and he's done it. 2 for 2 here tonight. Another base hit. Line is moving here in the fourth.
And that's given the shortstop Bogarts a workout here. Severino walked his first time. Pitcher on deck. His two-strike battle begins right here. And a breaking ball that Severino hits to center. Mookie Betts. Reynolds tagging easily to third. Staying at first, Taylor. 2 down for Tanner Roark.
Tanner's got 3 RBIs on the year. Never know. Chance to help himself out a little bit here.
Almost got himself a hit on a bouncer right past the third base bag first time. And a first pitch slider from Brian Johnson. And on an off-speed pitch, it's a 3-2 game as Tanner Roark does drive in his 4th run. Base hit number 5 on the year.
That's helping yourself out. Burt Reynolds with a 2-out knock. Like a slider he just stayed on, made it a 1-run ball game. So that's a nice piece hit by Tanner Roark. Dugout's excited. Golf clap in the background. Knucks from Tim Bogart. Line moving here in the 4th still.
Pitchers with bats a factor in this series, and now the top of the order. Trey Turner, 3rd at bat, 4th inning, strike 1. Flare to center that dropped in the 1st. Foul out to 3rd in the 3rd. And Trey gets jammed. Benintendi under this one. So the Nats 4 hits, 2 runs in the 4th. New ball game here, headed to the 5th inning.
All right, Daniel Stern lock it in right now, a.k.a. Tanner Roark, top of the 5th, 3-2 Nationals. And show you some Tanner highlights. Doing a nice job, top of the 4th inning. Rafael Devers with the comeback fastball for strike 3. Then he gets the 4-6-3 double play, just like we said. Get the strikeout, 1 pitch away, there it is. You do that, maybe the momentum's changed a little bit, right? You go up to the plate and you stroke one into left for an RBI single with 2 outs. So Tanner Roark doing a nice job so far in this one, helping himself on the mound and at the plate. Nicely done. Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a donation of $44 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
To the top of the 5th inning. Keep cool any way possible here at the yard. Ballpark is filled in considerably since the maybe 2nd inning or so. A lot of folks getting here a little tardy for an earlier start. Warm temps tonight, 92 at game time. It's Leon, Johnson, and Betts, top of the 5th. Leon, line drive to left first time. And this one trying to twist its way back to Soto, but out of play. 1-2.
Sandy did something I've never seen before, swinging in a slider that went between his legs. I've seen guys swing at sliders, Carp, thinking, no, fastball in, I'm looking for a heater, swing and miss, and it hits them in the inside of their back thigh. But never 5-hole before.
Foul tip and the strikeout. So Tanner Roark, last 3 hitters, 2 strikeouts with a double play in between. Nissan.
Elevated on purpose, nicely done. Trying to get his ball club right back in the dugout. Momentum wearing a white uni right now.
Look at that swing by Brian Johnson. That Pete talked about his hitting prowess at the University of Florida, and that's pretty impressive there. First career hit.
Well, that's a you got to hit off me, I'm getting a hit off you thing. Tanner Roark with the RBI single, then Brian Johnson looked like Nick Johnson sort of right there with that swing. He did, didn't he?
Red Sox dugout's been calling for the ball, and Tanner Roark finally heard them and tossed it over there. Nick Johnson, he could rake.
He'd love to get hit by pitches, didn't he?
That guy took a beating.
He did.
That is just foul. I think if I remember correctly, right about the end of my first month here, he was, well, nobody could get him out. 06, Nick off to an amazing start. On May 1st of 06, he was batting .341, but about 3 days before that, he was in the .380 range. They just couldn't find a way to pitch him, and always fun to watch. Nick Johnson, he used to use the whole ballpark. Nick used to go down, I think when he was on the DL, he hung out with our guys in the truck a couple of times.
He did.
Was very interested in the ins and outs of TV game production. The guys loved having him down there. It's people from Sacramento. They're really inquisitive.
They're all weird.
They want to know what's going on.
Oh, they're all weird. 916 is weird.
Foul ball. Got somebody's gear on the way by. Severino's helmet, possibly. I saw Vic Carapazza kind of reach out and brace him. So with 1 on 1 out, it's 2-2 here in the 5th. We found out last night it's important to keep the Red Sox at bay when you're pursuing them. The Nats are back to within a run here. Mookie Betts 2 grounders to short. And now a hard hit ball past shortstop. 2 on 1 out.
Such a quick bat. Talked about it last night a little bit. I want StatCast to come up with bat speed. I want to know who has the quickest hands in baseball. And watching Mookie Betts for the last couple of days, I'll put him up there with Anthony Rendon. I always thought Anthony had the quickest swing from the right side I've seen. We get to see him every single day, but watching Mookie Betts now, he's every bit as short, compact, and quick with the hands.
Andrew Benintendi. Fly ball to center, ground ball to second. Tanner's rolled 1 double play ball tonight. Good action on that changeup. That was either a ground ball or a swing and a miss on that pitch.
You know, there's guys that do a lot in their swing to generate the quick hands, Carp. You see guys with, you know, a leg kick, they'll drop their hands, get something going. But the guys that do nothing and go from 0 to 100 with their hands are the most impressive to me. You're looking at 2 of them. Paul Molitor comes to mind. You know, guys that Daniel Murphy when he's 100%, that they just sit there flat-footed, and I think that's God-given. Yeah, I think you got strong forearms, strong wrists, and you're just able to generate a 32, 33-ounce bat from 0 to 100 without doing anything else in your lower half to get it going.
Yeah. They make it look effortless. So number 57 with 57 pitches here.
Nomar was like that. Nomar didn't do a whole lot. He just lifted up his heel and whoo.
Hot shot, and that's to the right of Trey Turner. That's the pitcher running, and Mookie Betts almost got too frisky rounding second because Johnson had already been stopped by Carlos Febles over at third base. So they're loaded up with 1 out for J.D. Martinez, the top RBI guy in baseball.
Thought they might wheel him here, even though it's the opposing pitcher, just because Juan Soto had to go towards center field. It wasn't right at him. That usually takes a little time.
Martinez fly ball to right, swinging strikeout. And the Boston fans anticipating something here, making some noise. Tanner Roark now has arrived at a very key juncture of his game tonight. Severino out.
Oh, Martinez, his whole game is getting the ball in the air. He's kind of revamped his swing over the years. So he has that launch angle, stays inside the ball. I think most of his power is to right center. He still can turn and burn, but right here he's thinking big part of the ballpark, get something up that I can drive. I don't think he's thinking sac fly here with 67 RBIs. He's thinking more than that.
Up and in. Base hit. Johnson scores. Betts behind him. And the Red Sox have retaken a 3-run lead. J.D. Martinez now 69 runs batted in.
just keep coming at you, don't they? As Sandy Leon struck out, and you're thinking, all right, the Nats have some momentum. Scored a couple of runs. It's a one-run game. Then pitcher gets a hit. Mookie Betts gets a hit. Benintendi and now J.D. Martinez. The line's moving, and the Red Sox are having fun.
Second at bat for Steve Pearce. Took over for Mitch Moreland at first base in the third. Attacked Tanner early in the count to double in the fourth. Did not score. And Severino to his right to corral that one. .580 Boston, 270 Washington. And the other way for an RBI hit. Benintendi coming around. Martinez to third, and it's now 6-2. 4 consecutive, make it 5 consecutive hits for the Red Sox, and Pearce, who wasn't in the lineup, is 2 for 2.
It always happens that way, right? You're not expecting to play. Guy goes down, you go in. Double, single, RBI. And he was thinking that way. The double was the pull side last time, so he's thinking, I'm not going to get anything in. You look at the fastball by Tanner, it's up. Belt high, above the belt. That's where you're looking if you want to drive in runs. Nice piece of hitting by Pearce.
Xander Bogaerts, a base hit and a walk. Nationals need a ground ball badly here. .2-0.
Yeah, when you start getting rotational with your upper body as a pitcher, your arm has a tendency to trail. When it trails, your release point's behind. It's not out in front. When it's out front, that's when you get that nasty sink and everything's downhill. But when you get side to side, now your release point's trailing a little bit, and you'll leave pitches up, and your command's not where you want it to be.
Good fastball. Outside edge, 2-1. Outstanding changeup, evens things up 2-2. And a fly ball hit deep to center. Michael A. Taylor scampering after it, and it's on to the batter's eye for a 3-run homer. (9-2) Boston.
Check out the swing again and the location of the pitch. Fastball, bell tie. Looks like a changeup, actually. Looking at it again, 84. Bogarts stayed through it nice. He hit it like a fastball. He wasn't out front at all. Let that ball travel a little bit, stayed through it, and hit it on the turf in straightaway center field. 9-2, just like that. Wow.
Bogarts, 13th of the year. Nobody throwing in the Nats bullpen. Out of play, left side.
'30th pitch of the inning coming.
Try to get the outside edge. Yeah, third time around for the Boston lineup here, and they're 5 for 5. Tried to swing the fastball back. And a runner aboard, still 1 out.
Yeah, nobody up in the pen yet.
Tanner Roark, second walk tonight.
And there's the call.
Matt Grace, the Nats long man. 9th Boston hitter this inning is Nunez, and he goes upstairs to foul back the fastball.
Some friends asking me today who I thought was better, the Yankees or the Red Sox, and I said, let me see the series first and I'll let you know.
Yeah, they're both tough to pitch to, and that was a question I was kind of saving for you until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yankees have all the power you could want, so don't lose any sleep over that. You just gave me the bright-eyed look. But I'm interested in your opinion tomorrow, maybe during the third game against these guys. The Yankees have all the power in the world, but these guys might be tougher to pitch to. A discussion for a holiday. Right now it's 9-2 Boston.
homers in his first 38 big league games. Pretty impressive number. But Soto says that he's never thinking home run when he steps into the batter's box. His approach, he says consistently, is just to try and get off a good swing, make good contact, and produce a line drive. That's what he's searching for, line drives. Soto says if the ball leaves the yard, great. If not, okay. But essentially, guys, he's saying I can't control the result, but I can control the swing and the type of contact I'm searching for. And it seems like the type of mindset, guys, that could lead to a batting average north of 300 like Juan Soto still has.
Yeah, Dan came into this ball game at .313. He takes a lot of walks. On base percentage .429. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Now the Nats need big things to start quickly in a 9-2 game. Up and in.
That's a refreshing approach when you talk about everyone trying to hit fly balls nowadays. And I've talked about it before. You know, back in the day, you tried to hit line drives and home runs were a mistake. And now it seems like for the majority of players, they try to hit home runs and line drives are a mistake.
Two and 0. Well, all of us who are parents, you can learn something from a teenager now and then.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big lesson what he's providing us with as he looks at that shift. Look at that. 38% of his balls within that area up the middle. Keith Hembry is up for the Sox. That's interesting. Although Brian Johnson's only made 2 starts this year. He's made, counting tonight, 24 appearances, but only his 3rd start. There's Soto the other way, scooped up by Devers. So he's probably not going to be out here throwing 85 or 90 pitches tonight.
Now, if they could get 5 out of him tonight before the game, they said they'd be happy. So the guy that's only started 1 other game doing a nice job so far.
Yeah, he went 4 innings, a run on 3 hits against the Angels last time out. First start of 18 was way back on April 2nd when he went 6 innings at Miami and beat the Marlins 7-3. Rendon, 2 balls in the air, 1 to second, 1 to center. And a good heater to the inside edge. Hot shot, base hit. The Nationals now have 8 hits in 4 1/3 innings. Bryce Harper next.
No, maybe we could do side-by-side swings of Mookie Betts and Anthony Rendon, but just lightning quick hands. I feel like they can let the ball get deeper than most hitters, and that's the advantage, right? If you have not a whole lot going on down low, you keep your head still, and if you have the luxury of having the quick bat like Rendon and Betts have, you can wait an extra click to make the decision on whether it's a ball or a strike, a fastball, a changeup. So it makes them such great hitters.
Yeah, Mookie Betts 1 for 3 tonight. 2 hits in the series and a walk. Home run huge last night. Provided the Red Sox their final margin of victory. 1-1. Good ID on the slider. Bryce ahead. That was a front door breaking ball. early at Yankee Stadium, but New York has 2 runs on the Braves, 2-0. Two on. Murphy next.
Good at bat.
Yeah, Bryce takes his 68th walk of the year.
All right, check this out. Boys are working hard. I was watching it during Bryce's at bat. Check out Betts and Rendon side by side. Asking you shall receive. So Betts' hands start high. Stop it right there. Now they're pretty much in the same launch angle. Betts got a little leg kick, so he's got something going with his lower half. Anthony Rendon, pretty much a flat foot hit here. And then run it. Watch. Hands right in the strike zone. The backside by Betts is a little bit more incorporated there. But I'm telling you, I mean, their hands are close to the baseball. They both have lightning quick hands and lightning quick bats.
Fastball in there to Murphy. Daniel is fouled out to third, grounded out to second.
Guys are on it down there. That was quick. Nat's got to pop one out of here if they're going to jump back into this game.
Yeah, extra base hits needed. Johnson showing signs of getting toward the end of the line. 76 on the pitch count. Bullpen ready. And you know Alex Cora would like to get him through 5. Murphy drives one to right, and it stays up for JD Martinez, who makes a solid play for a guy who doesn't play the outfield that much. 2 down, and the Nats have hit into some rough luck in this series. Lots of line drive outs last night.
Well, the bat speed's coming for Murph, talking about quick bats and not doing a whole lot. That's a 105-mile-an-hour line out. And he doesn't do a whole lot with his swing, so he's right up there with Betts and Rendon as far as, you know, just lifting up the heel and not doing a whole lot. Betts with a little leg kick. That was a good swing. Murph's starting to get it. He's coming around.
Well, they're going to take him out. 1 out short of a potential win. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Brian Johnson with the arm and the bat. A solid job tonight.
Excitement of the 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Game. That's presented by MasterCard, July 17th, live on Fox. Go vote. That's what we do here in this town. We vote.
and campaign for some of those. Heath Hembree, a 29-year-old right-hander. And for the Red Sox, he came over way back in 14. Remember Jake Peavy? Part of the deal between Boston and San Fran back then. And this year for Heath Hembree, it's his 36th appearance, 44 Ks in 35 innings. Just so happens Mark Reynolds has faced him before. 0 for 2 in that limited matchup. Adam Eaton's faced him.
Yeah, but how about the move by Cora?
Yeah.
He knows the guy in the batter's box has pop. He also knows the guy in the batter's box hits lefties real well. And if he goes deep, it's a ball game again. It's 9-5. So even though his starting pitcher did a heck of a job, is 1 out away from qualifying for a win, when you're 28 games over 500, they're buying into it's about us winning, not me winning. Didn't say a word, handed Skipper the ball, and he went to the bullpen. 1 out away from a win, and nobody says a word. It just shows me they're buying in. You know, they trust their manager. They have confidence in their manager, and why wouldn't they? They're 28 games over.
So Anthony, a 1-out single, then Bryce walked after the Murphy line out. Reynolds 1 for 2, RBI single to left last time up. The right-hander Hembree works from the very first base end of the pitching rubber.
I was asked today, is Max getting frustrated by not getting run support and not getting these wins that he should have? And I said, probably not. He's frustrated that his team's not winning. Max is a guy that just wants to win, period. I don't think he cares about personal stuff at all. He wants to be in a parade and swim in a fountain and do fun stuff like that. And he's more concerned with his team winning than his actual wins and losses as a starter.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Reynolds comes through with 2 down. Ball got out to left fielder Benintendi in an instant on 1 hop. So down by 7 runs. Bob Henley not taking any chances on the inning ending at home plate. Now it's up to Taylor swinging the bat well.
Yeah, a couple of good at-bats for Mark Reynolds. Look at him go down to get. That's not a bad pitch at all by Hembree. It's a nice piece of hitting by Reynolds. So the Nats need a big one out of Michael Taylor right here. You got yourself a ball game.
He has singled up the middle. He has singled to the right of the shortstop. Hitting it with authority twice. The Nats have been out hit 10-9. But outscored 9-2 so far. Strike on the edge. Target out there again, and it's 0-2, 95.
Yeah, fastball, slider, curveball for Hembree. Was a fastball 56% of the time, and it averages 95. Short arm too. Gets on you, looks like.
Yeah, short arm, mid-90s. Oh, so close. Umpire froze. No call. Nissan 2-2.
Just looking at the short, quick arm motion of Embry, man, that's 97, 98. And he doesn't give you a lot of time to see the baseball or to get your swing going. If I had to guess, I'd say it's playing higher than it looks.
Three and two. Michael A. Taylor continues to give the Nats quality at bats. And right now, as FP mentioned, they've got to have the big hit. 10 stranded last night, 5 already here. And a big one gets this one much more reasonable.
Remember, Michael Taylor likes to swing 3-2.
So Embry stepped off a couple of times. Michael then got time and took about 6 backward steps well out of the box. Swing and a miss on a pitch that ended up away. Cutting from Taylor. And the Nats now 8 stranded in 5 innings of a 9-2 game. Red Sox, the most scoring team in baseball. 9 on the board tonight. Tanner Roark still in the ball game, takes the mound for the 6th. As you look over the numbers and adding up to a big Red Sox lead. So here we go, top 6. Sandy Leon, the number 8 hitter. Nobody on deck. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, during that sequence in that bottom of the 5th, Tim Collins had warmed up and was ready to come in. But Davey Martinez stays with Tanner here. So the Boston box score Betts, Benintendi, and Martinez went 0 for 6 first 2 times around. Then they all set the table and got it going for a 6-run fifth after the number 7 hitter Nunez had struck the big blow of the game, the 3-run second inning homer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this one out to right center, hanging up. And Harper there. First out, 6th inning. So somebody now emerges from the dugout to hit. And it'll be Heath Embry, the pitcher. It's with the Giants for 1 year and 13. No at-bats. Red Sox ever since. So this is his first big league AB.
Alan Embry, without the H, was a left-handed reliever for the Giants and the Red Sox.
You're right.
Former teammate. We used to call him a rain delay whenever he got on the mound. He'd come set for about 12 seconds and then pitch. So that year, '99, in San Francisco, we had fantasy football, and the name of his team was the Rain Delays.
Gets off a swing.
But he was effective. Just couldn't make any dinner reservations when he came in from the bullpen.
It was a day game.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. It was a noon game.
The late night menu.
1-2 and a swing and a miss. Tanner Roark, 4th strikeout tonight. 2 out now, nobody on in the 6th. A look ahead to the Nats' upcoming schedule. Sox here, then the Marlins for 4. And it's brought to you by Sandy Spring Bank, where they help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Spring Bank, from here for here, for 150 years. Fastball away. Mookie Betts, base hit. With 1 out and a runner aboard in the 5th to get that inning moving. In the air right side. Mark Reynolds tearing back. Harper on his way to help, and Bryce will take it. It's good work by the right fielder. 1, 2, 3, 6 for Tanner Roark. Severino then the pitcher spot ahead.
Getting close to throwing a bullpen. Been rehabbing in Florida, and he's at Nats Park today. With the beard, looks good. All right, it's good to see Joe Ross. The Nats and Aristide are teaming up to present the Kids Batting Helmet Giveaway on Sunday, July 22nd. So 10,000 kids ages 12 and under will get a cool Nationals batting helmet on their way into Nats Braves game at 1:35. For tickets, visit nationals.com. We used to have to wear those in wiffle ball. Remember the old plastic helmets? They had the adjustable band on the inside?
Yeah.
You couldn't hit in wiffle ball. It wasn't safe unless you wore those. She knows what I'm talking about. And not really. What's she drinking? What is that?
Well, it says Sprout, organic baby food. Sounds very healthy.
It's like Sprite, but it's healthy for you? No, I don't want any, thanks. Got something a little stronger?
Back to work, Heath Hembry. And with Severino batting here in the bottom of the sixth, Tanner Roark, who's thrown 89 pitches, is on deck. That ball is smoked out to center. Mookie Betts is back. See you later. Pedro Severino, first home run of the year. And for the Nats catcher, the third of his big league career.
A nice swing, 425. Not a cheapie for number one from Pedro Severino. A little life in the first base dugout all of a sudden. Good swing. Nats down by 6. First home run of the year. Way to go, Pedro.
Number 97 for the Nationals this season. Tanner Roark 1 for 2 with an RBI single.
It's got to feel like he just went 7 for 7. Check it out again. The pitch, the location, fastball right down half street. And he knew it as soon as he hit it.
Yeah. Great view from our robotic camera up on the screen behind home plate. Roark strikes out. Second K for Hembry. And now the Nats. Top of the order, Turner and Soto. Trying to extend it for Rendon, maybe Harper here in the 6th.
Tanner Roark with 89 pitches, and Davey Martinez obviously sticking with him here down by 6.
That came back from that rough inning with a 1-2-3 6th inning.
And I think with Eaton playing 4 days in a row, I'm just speculating, obviously, that his bench is basically Goodwin and Defoe tonight.
It's a good call.
I'm sitting here wondering why Tanner's hitting right now, and that's the reason. But that time's only going to come around one more time.
Power hitters chatting.
Yeah, I'm.
Wilmer's like, okay, you're 2 behind me.
Just not getting that. I don't know. I don't understand that one. That's a
ball,
head
2
scratcher for
strikes.
me.
Nats box. Bunch of hits. Hits are even with the Red Sox at 10. Mark Reynolds RBI single in the 4th. Tanner Roark had one 3 hitters later. And a moment ago, the Severino home run. Nats left the bases loaded in the 5th. Stranded 2 in the 1st and the 4th.
All right, DC Lexus dealers donate $250 to Children's National Health System for the first 200 homers hit by the Nats this year. Lexus, experience amazing. You're on the board.
Did he go? Yes, punched out by Jordan Baker. 3 strikeouts for all of Hembree's outs so far. And now Juan Soto will try to save the inning. Extended here with Rendon on deck. A bunt hit. In 3 times up.
Spread out, choke up, slap one to left. I think Juan really likes fireworks. He's going to be excited after the game because he's got them all over his uni. Batting gloves, cleats, sleeve. You got to really like fireworks to just be sporting the whole uni. There's some fireworks. Batting gloves have fireworks.
That's looking for a bang here and some more.
With sparklers in his back pocket, ready to go.
Yeah, ball blasted down the right field line and to the right of the pole.
Almost a firework. 2-strike approach. He doesn't take much out of his swing as far as how hard he swings. He just kind of gets down in there. Spreads out, chokes up, and almost had distance. Way foul. Caught it out front just a click.
Two. In there. A homer by Severino, and then 3 straight strikeouts by Heath Hembree. This one to the 7th. Pedro blasting one straight away. First of the year. 9-3 now. Folks in those fun standing room seats out in the outfield. We've got our own little mini green monster straight away, by the way. And here's an Austin Williams check-in. No better time to act than today. PNC make today the day with our minor league insights. So he's made the Eastern League All-Star team. 2-2. Great ERA, 19 games, a 6th rounder 4 years ago. Austin Williams. And a fly ball out to center off the bat of Andrew Benintendi, caught by Taylor. Matt Adams, by the way, with the Senators tonight. He's had 3 chances. He's 0 for 3 so far, but seeing some live pitching and getting some ABs. Can't wait to see him back here.
He's had such a good season. He'll be back soon. Hopefully Ryan Zimmerman's back soon.
Yeah, Adams 275, 13 homers and 36 RBIs in just 57 games, 153 ABs.
Matt Wieters was out early today working behind the plate.
And that ball hit well by JD Martinez the other way. Bryce Harper's got it, lands, and then able to brace himself against the bullpen fence. 2 down.
Nice swing, nice play. Knows he's getting close to the wall, jumps just in case the wall's approaching, kind of soften the impact a little bit.
Steve Pearce, double, RBI single. And we've seen this happen before. Sometimes you don't know you're going to be in a ball game, at least not in the 3rd inning. Comes out, bam, 2 hits. He's always been a pretty good hitter. As I mentioned earlier, been with a lot of ball clubs. 21 and 49 with the Orioles 4 years ago as power numbers. 13 and 37 with the Blue Jays last year. Had a left oblique that put him on the DL this year, May 3rd. Outside, 2-1. Traded to the Red Sox June 27th for young infielder Santiago Espinal. Big curveball off the table. 2-2. They're in the 3rd at New York. Yankees 3, Braves nothing. Right-hander Brandon Workman. Three and 2. This one out to center for Michael A. Taylor. Tanner Roark retires 7 in a row after that rough 5th inning. Rendon, Harper, and Murphy straight ahead.
You're one of the first 25,000 fans to be at the yard. You'll get a Bryce Harper Patriotic Bobblehead presented by SAIC. Don't miss the hottest giveaway of the summer. Visit nationals.com for tickets today. It's like a little Team America marionette of Bryce Harper with a blue jersey. It's pretty cool.
Not a wisp of a breeze in the ballpark right now. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. And it's 29-year-old Brandon Workman, former Texas Longhorn, Arlington, Texas guy, in his 12th appearance for the Red Sox. Been effective. 13 strikeouts, 11 innings in 11 games.
6'5", 235. Fastball, cutter, curveball, 3 pitches. Fastball 91.
Anthony Rendon faces him for the first time. Bottom of the 7th underway. Tim Collins next for the Nats. Sharply hit. Bogarts to a knee. 1 out. Anthony Rendon 1 for 4 tonight. Bryce Harper next. Got a curve to start.
He's trying to ambush a first pitch fastball, didn't get it.
Of active Nationals, only Adam Eaton and Mark Reynolds have faced Workman before. And he doubled up on the hook, 0-2. Big crowd. Last night we had 39,002. $42,531 tonight. So this series will easily draw well over 100 grand. Interesting how many balls so near the first base line Bryce hits in that range.
Hits less than 200 feet, or right around 200 feet or less, I should say.
.90 in there. Mercedes-Benz will cast it as Bryce slowly turns and walks away.
Yeah, four-seam fastball, and that's the pitch that Bryce usually looks for. That's the one he's been hitting lately, the fastball in. It's the one he hit off of Joe Kelly last night a long ways.
First pitch, Murphy rolls it over. That's a shortstop crossing over there, Bogarts. Nats go quietly in the 7th, and the Red Sox, 6 outs to go, lead by 6. to you by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun. You'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com or go to ASG 2018 in the Nats team store. Little District of Columbia star map over there. That's a great piece of memorabilia for our first All-Star game here at Nationals Park.
Well, we're going to show you a great piece of hitting right now with the Ford drive of the game. Hurry your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Xander Bogaerts in the 5th inning with the line moving. A lot of base hits in a row. All singles for the Red Sox until this big blow. His 13th of the year. And we had to make that our Ford drive of the game. Change up from Tanner Roark. 84, stayed through it up the middle. Nice swing.
To the 8th inning, Tim Collins takes over. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, a scoreless 8th last night against Devers, Holt, and Leon. He gets Bogaerts, Devers, and Nunez here tonight. Pitcher batting 5th where Daniel Murphy was. And a couple of changes in the infield and outfield. Wilmer Defoe at 2nd. He will be batting 9th. And then Brian Goodwin in right field, straight up for Bryce Harper. All right, we're going to hear an announcement now in the press box that it's just the opposite of that. Goodwin 9th, Defoe 4th. There are times when you learn through experience not to write things in immediately.
Because then when you take the picture and put it on Twitter, it'll be all messed up.
Now, if we're right the first time, we have a problem. Leadoff walk. Bogaerts in the 8th.
All right, check out the most spectacular fireworks show ever imaginable tomorrow at the Fitz. Peanuts face the Salem Witches. First pitch is set for 6:35. Fireworks to follow the game. Call the number on your screen or go to the website. It's the Salem Red Sox, but I feel like it should be the Salem Witches, and I'm sticking to that. You can wear witch hats instead of baseball hats. They could hit with brooms.
Out to short. Defoe just into the game gets to make a relay on a 6-4-3 from Trey Turner.
All right, show you some Verizon Expo on the turn. Tough hop at the end. Perfect feed. Wilmer into the game. Ball will find you when you come into a big league game. Nice 6-4-3 double play.
%100 fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfios.com. Nunez is next. Eduardo 0 for 3 career in the American League against Tim Collins. Nice breaking ball down and in to the right-hander.
Quick turnaround for tomorrow's game, and if any team knows about playing at 11 o'clock, it's the Red Sox, right?
They do that every year.
Yeah.
Anthony Rendon tried to cut it off. It hit his glove, deflected into left field, and that's going to be a double for Eduardo Nunez. Trey Turner was coming to get it in the hole.
See what happened again. This would be a great angle to show you. Just got under Anthony Rendon's glove. He was trying to cut it off. Third baseman always has priority. If he can get it going in front of the shortstop, it's his ball, especially with a decent runner. And under the glove, and they scored it. Did they score that a double?
Yep.
Good hustle, by the way,
yeah,
by Eduardo Nunez.
Down to Sandy Leon in the number 8 spot. He's going to turn around and bat right-handed now. From this side of the plate, the former net hitting .258. He's pretty consistent. .253 lefty, .258 righty. Nice changeup.
Temperatures are dropping for tomorrow too. It's going to be reasonable.
It's good news.
Was it last year or 2 years ago where it was really cloudy and cool? I think it was 2 years ago on the 4th.
You want me to look it up for you?
Yeah, would you? Not doing anything right now, are you? Got it?
Blake Swihart, one of their 3 catchers. Fourth of July 2 years ago, Brewers at Nats, cloudy, a delightful 71 degrees.
Nice. That's not happening tomorrow.
Big curveball.
It was cloudy. You couldn't see the fireworks, though.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But on TV, you could.
Yeah. They were shooting them up over the monument, and it was getting in the clouds. And all you could see was different color clouds.
Yeah. Crystal clear on the tube that night.
Tomorrow will be perfect.
Three balls, 2 strikes to Leon. Runner at second, 2 down. Top 8. Change up. 2 on. And the switch hitting catcher. They have 2 switch hitting catchers on their roster. Blake Swihart will get an AB here. He's 26 years of age, from Bedford, Texas, right outside Dallas. And a Red Sox first rounder 7 years ago.
No batting gloves when it's really hot is tough, because your hands get sweaty. Even if you go rosin, pine tar, Moda stick, spray, you see him trying to get the feel right now with the pine tar on his bat. I like the no batting gloves look. It's just tough when it's real hot like this. What is it right now? 87? Got the loci bracelets on. I don't think we've seen Bryce go no gloves this year. Usually he changes it up here and there to get a feel. He says he likes to feel the bat in his hands.
Swing and a miss. 2-1. Nissan pitch cast. And a good heater by Tim Collins to the outside edge. got him. 8th inning over, a 0 on the board. Coming up for the Nats, bottom 8, Reynolds, Taylor, Severino. The Washington Nationals, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
I wonder if there's ever going to be a Jason Worth statue out there jumping on home plate.
By the way, that's Josh Gibson right there. Homestead Gray, superstar in the Negro Leagues. Need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. And you're looking at 27-year-old William Cuevas from Caracas, Venezuela. First appearance for the Red Sox this year. He was with Boston 2 years ago for 3 games. The Tigers last year for a short spell. And then the Red Sox re-signed him as a free agent last December 20th. Added to their bullpen yesterday, and here he is today.
Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea? Jason Worth statue when he was in the air and his hair was all up, jumping on home plate. I mean, it's got to be the biggest moment in Nats history, right?
It is. From a team standpoint, no doubt about it.
Somewhere around the ballpark, I think it'd be cool.
I think he's already got the plaque in the bullpen where the home run landed, right? Visitors bullpen out there. Mark Reynolds, 2 for 3 RBI back in the 4th. He's pulled a couple of line drives to left field tonight. Nobody on the Nats facing Cuevas prior to this. Two balls, 1 strike.
Then maybe a see you later statue out there with you with your headset on and your scorebook in your hand.
I didn't call that homer.
You'd have to have your scorebook in your statue somewhere.
Boy, if there's a statue like that, everybody's getting one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jack Buck has one in St. Louis. Harry Callis has one in Philadelphia.
Harry Carey has one. Ron Santo has one, but Ron's is as a player at Wrigley Field. Harry's on the back side of the ballpark there in center field.
Yerker's in the last row in Milwaukee. Mark Reynolds, another hot shot. Bogarts to his left. And a good play for the first out, 8th inning. If you're wondering about how well-rounded a team Boston is, we talk about their offense. Their staff ERA is 3rd in the American League behind Houston and the Yankees. and their defense is in the top 5.
A nice night for Mark Reynolds. Hit 3 balls hard, got a couple of hits. A nice play right there to rob him of his 3rd. Kind of flagged it down as it was going by him.
Michael A. Taylor, 2 singles, and then a huge strikeout for Heath Hembree out of the Red Sox bullpen with the bases loaded in the 5th. So that was 3 innings ago, and the Nats had a chance to bite into that lead. It was 9-2 at that time, right on the heels of that 6-run Boston 5th inning. Pedro Severino, home run last time. Two. Didn't look like a swing. Jordan Baker agrees. 3-2.
I don't have any stats to back it up, but if I had to guess, I'd say Michael Taylor swings at about 95% of 3-2 pitches, and I think teams know that. And there's just certain hitters, it's not a bad thing or a good thing, but there's certain hitters that are just aggressive in that count. They think you have to throw a strike, so they're ready to swing no matter where it is.
That was a strike, and he hit the breaking ball to short, and Bogaerts takes care of another net here in the 8th.
All right, just like we promised, it's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. Pedro Severino with his first home run of the year. Straightaway center, a bomb, if you will. There's our new camera perch, isn't it cool? With the tracer, 425 on the artificial surface, 27-degree launch angle, giving some love to the bullpen as he goes around first base. So Pedro's on the board.
Yeah, last time I saw a tracer like that was at a golf tournament with somebody perfectly straight off the tee box. That was very cool. Pedro hit 2 home runs back in 16. When he was called up late in the season, played 16 games, hit 2 homers, drove in 4. Last year only had 29 at bats in 17 games. Target in. And this one popped up to center. Waiting for it, Mookie Betts. Lights are just taking effect here. And we're on to the 9th inning. It's all Red Sox. They're trying to win a series in 3 more outs. Tomorrow, all the pageantry of the 4th. Eric Fetty got his first career win Friday at Philadelphia. He'll be faced by 9-3 Eduardo Rodriguez. been roughed up his last 2 starts. Coverage begins with Johnny and Ray. 10:30 a.m. with Nats Extra on Masson. We go to the top of the 9th, and Matt Grace will get an inning here. 22nd game for the Nats long man. Interesting how lefties have hit him so well and righties have hit him so poorly. He's been dominant against right-handed pitching, and Mookie Betts 1 for 4 is his first opponent here. Facing the Red Sox, Matt is for the first time.
A 2-seam fastball, low 90s, slider change to go with it. There's a slider.
Two-1. No swing. Close. I thought it was closer to a called strike than a swing. Leadoff walk. Dan, what's up with Steven Strasburg?
Yeah, Bob, how about some positive news to pass along here on the Nationals right-hander? He threw a 60-pitch bullpen today, working his way back from shoulder inflammation, and is getting closer to returning. A simulated game probably next, says manager Davey Martinez, possibly as early as this weekend, and then the Nationals will progress from there. Could be a rehab start for Steven, but working his way back towards the Nationals rotation.
Great news. Miss him a lot.
You might be able to sell tickets to a Strasburg versus Zimmerman, Wieters, and Adams simulated game. I feel like you get a couple thousand in the yard for that. You know, you talk about it being 9-3 right now. The Nats down by 6. Whenever you take a big league mound, the skipper, the pitching coach, everyone's watching you, and they want to see somebody come in firing strikes, regardless of the score.
Benintendi 1 for 4.
It's an opportunity every time you get into a big league game, regardless of the score. Something I didn't learn till late. You know, early on when I went into a game and it was 10-3, I was kind of, oh, okay, you need the right 2 innings off, and I'm going to stand out in left field for you because you need 2 innings off. Well, you know, it's an opportunity.
Ground ball right side. Nice pick by Reynolds. And then from one side of the bag to the other by Trey. For the out as Turner made a good play. So 3-6, forcing out Mookie Betts.
Mark Reynolds, former shortstop, he can pick it whether he's at third, first. I heard the skipper tell him in Philadelphia the other day, go take some ground balls at second just in case.
JD Martinez. 2 balls in the air to right for outs. Last time he pinned Bryce up against the bullpen fence, and then he pulled a 2-run single prior to the Bogaerts homer. That was the big blow of their 6-run 5th.
Love his approach. Got the little knee tuck, leg kick, everything's hands inside the ball, thinking about the big part of the ballpark. You make a mistake, he'll pull it.
He's playing in his 82nd game of the year, and he has 69 runs batted in. He has 71 runs batted in. Look at that. Benintendi there. Hit into the force play, and then Martinez, the big power guy in baseball, 26 homers and a 4 RBI night.
Yeah, 4 RBIs for JD Martinez, and he's thinking right center, right center, right center, and if you throw something off speed and he catches it out in front, that's what happens. So the hands were in the right path, but the pitch being down and in just kind of sped him up, and he caught it out front and pulled it. Pretty swing.
Wow.
110-mile-an-hour home run.
Red Sox 11-3 on 12 hits. And a chopper by Pearce. Good pick, Rendon. And Mark Reynolds had to get out of the way of the runner to receive that throw. 2 outs.
Nice play. Get out of the way.
Xander Bogaerts single, 3-run homer, 2 walks. One. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jammed him. And Wilmer Defoe. Red Sox scored 2 more. They put 11 on the board tonight. In the 9 spot, Turner and Soto. Another inning of work for William Cuevas of the Red Sox. At last report, Yankees 5, Braves nothing. And Brian Goodwin, some good swings in Philadelphia. In on the double switch last inning. 16 total bases on 9 hits. A couple of homers, producing 11 RBIs. Got a pitch up and he rams one to the scoreboard. See you later. Another homer for Goodwin. Took him a while to get a bunch of at-bats and making the most of those half dozen or so he's had recently.
Well, he's starting to piece it together the hard way. One at-bat a night. You know, he's coming off the bench, he's pinch hitting. The swing has been getting better every single time. Don't forget, this guy was an integral part of last year's NL East championship. When there was guys hurt, he stepped up and hit 13 home runs. The guy can play, he's a good hitter, and he just showed you why. Might have got himself in the lineup tomorrow too, you never know.
Nationals 98 homers now.
Good for him. Homered in Philly, now homers here.
Trey Turner 1 for 4 tonight.
Nats need some offense. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts tomorrow.
Up the middle. Pretty good play. But the speed of Trey Turner forces guys to let go of the ball a little earlier than they want to. And I think even a good throw. Trey's already at the bag. Got to be a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit all the way. He was flying down the line, smelled a hit. So a 2-hit night for Trey Turner. And the 9-run ninth started with a Brian Goodwin home run.
Take us there.
I'll stick around for some fireworks and then some fireworks.
Juan Soto, Rendon is on deck. (11, 12-0) Boston, 4, 12-0 Washington. Red Sox stranded 3 runners all night. That one to the right side is going to back up Pearce, and to the pitcher Cuevas for the first out. Trey Turner to second. Red Sox outstanding with runners in scoring position. And the Nats at about 270 in that department tonight. Anthony Rendon 1 for 4 so far. Now it's 0-2. The Nats are 1 strike away from falling to a .500 record. Pitcher spot is after Defoe, who's on deck. If it gets there, Adam Eaton. And this one in the air to right. JD Martinez. And the Red Sox take care of out number 2. Now Defoe, the Nats' final hope. And a reminder, Nats Extra tomorrow morning, 10:30. Johnny and Ray, Eduardo Rodriguez and Eric Fetty, the principals. First pitch, 11:05 scheduled. Wilmer Defoe first AB tonight. Had a 2-for-4 night on Monday. A hot eating if it gets to the next inner. Wilmer's 2 hits last night put his batting average over 320 at Nationals Park this year. 1-1 with 2 outs. And Wilmer takes it to even things up.
Searching. Times like this is why you get paid the big bucks to manage in the big leagues. Got to figure it out.
Two and 2 to Wilmer. They'll get jammed to hit it by the mound. Took him a minute to get out of the batter's box, and that's it. Red Sox have won the series. The Nats will try to salvage one tomorrow, and we will get started very early. Red Sox 11, Nationals 4 tomorrow. Eric Fetty against Boston's Eduardo Rodriguez. 10:30 Nats Extra pregame. So from the ballpark tonight in front of 42,531. This has been a presentation of Masson. Johnny and Ray straight ahead with Nats Extra postgame. And now the Nats have to get something going early tomorrow. We will see you then, and till then, so long for just a while.